Folks, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have made a big move in free agency regarding their quarterback position as they have officially signed former Cleveland Browns quarterback, Carolina Panthers quarterback, and LA Rams quarterback Baker Mayfield to a contract. Baker Mayfield is a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. This is something we talked about being a possibility. It was reported that the Bucs were going to probably target Mayfield in this offseason, in this free agency period, and now they've gotten a deal done. And look, I have talked about it at length here on the channel, and I know this might not be the most popular opinion in the world, but I like a Baker Mayfield signing for the Buccaneers. He is 27, 28 years old. He's going to come in and be legitimate competition for Kyle Trask. And hey, if Kyle Trask wins the starting job, that is great. You get to see what you are going to have in Kyle Trask. But if Kyle Trask can't win that job, and he will get every opportunity to do so, of course, you do have a guy in Baker Mayfield who has starting experience at length. He has started for the Cleveland Browns for multiple seasons. He started games for the Carolina Panthers. He started games for the LA Rams. Former number one overall pick. People seem to forget that. Just a handful of seasons ago, he's been to the playoffs. He started playoff games as well. So, I mean, whenever you look at a guy like Baker Mayfield, I think that there is some legitimate upside there as a guy who can not just be solid competition for Kyle Trask. Of course, that is what he is going to be at minimum, but you have upside for more. A guy who could start if you need him to, and I think could be a very serviceable quarterback at that. I'm going to be very intrigued to see how Baker Mayfield fits into a Dave Canales type of offense, a very similar offense to what he was dealing with the LA Rams. So that is going to be a very interesting pairing to me, and I'm also very interested to see how Kyle Trask does as well in this offense. I think that this is going to be an offense that is really going to elevate the quarterback play, be it Kyle Trask, be it Baker Mayfield, or whoever it may be. So I'm really interested to see how these quarterbacks are going to battle it out and how they are going to do. Who's going to win? Well, I don't know. There is still plenty of time to figure that out, but I'm very excited about the idea of Baker Mayfield being on here, on this Buccaneers roster, to battle it out with Kyle Trask, to teach Kyle Trask, and if you need him to possibly be the starter as well. I think that he really was one of the top middle tier options that were available to the Buccaneers. And I know some people may say, well, hey, come on, Lamar Jackson, Derek Carr, Jimmy Garoppolo, but those guys were always going to be out of the Buccaneers price range. I think at the top of guys that were going to be in that price range, you looked at guys like Baker Mayfield and Jacoby Brissett as the most legitimate options that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers could afford this offseason with their salary cap restrictions. So, with all that being said, I think it's going to be interesting. Baker, I think he has shown good qualities as a leader and as a player in the past. Some people may think he's a little bit over the top in certain situations. He headbutts players in the helmet with, out a helmet on. The guy's almost trying to give himself a concussion, basically, and you also have some situations where some people may have viewed him as a locker room distraction or something along those lines based off of the situation that happened with the Cleveland Browns and how that was a really kind of ugly, drug out type of scenario after they had traded for Deshaun Watson. But to be honest, I don't necessarily blame Baker Mayfield in that situation, but I do understand where some people are coming from with those types of concerns. But for me, personally, it's not a concern. I think that Baker Mayfield can show to be a good leader and be a good player for this Buccaneers team, and he's going to battle it out with Kyle Trask for that starting quarterback job, and we will have to wait and see how that goes. And yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions about this signing down in the comments section below. I'd love to hear it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope y'all enjoyed. And as always, folks, I will see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.